What's up, Raspberries? Well, for this week's gaming video, I thought since we've already taken a look at SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 and WWE Legends of WrestleMania, we would sort of round off the modern wrestling franchises by taking a look at the last of the most recent wrestling games, and that of course is TNA Impact from Midway Entertainment. Today, on the Razman's Reality. TNA Impact, unfortunately, folks, is a game that could have been great, but just fizzled out. Impact, of course, is the one and only video game from TNA Wrestling and named after its flagship show. And really the only thing that makes this game playable is the ability to play as TNA superstars, the ability to play the Ultimate X match, and a somewhat unique storyline mode where you play as a wrestler who is at the top of his game. He gets beat up by LAX. He goes and loses his memory from the beatdown, and you basically start over again from scratch. That's where you create your wrestler and you become this wrestler throughout the storyline mode. In the end, you become Suicide, aka Frankie Kazarian in TNA. This is where the character originated from. That is why he's in TNA. So that storyline was really unique. But beyond that, the game doesn't really have any sort of replay value. And I'm going to list the problems for you right now. The first is that there are no knockouts featured in this game, and any wrestling fan who's ever watched TNA programming knows that TNA's calling card is their knockout division, which is their terminology for the women's division. The women wrestlers in TNA are some of the best things going for the company. They are true athletes as opposed to the divas in World Wrestling Entertainment. So for there to be no knockouts in this game kind of ruins it from the word go. The second problem this game has is it has very short entrances. I know that a lot of people don't like long entrances in wrestling games, but those are the people that are, I think, fair weather fans. Any real wrestling fan knows that the entrance is just as much a part of the wrestler's character and the show as a whole as anything else. And the third and perhaps biggest problem that TNA Impact has is just a lack of roster. Very, very few TNA wrestlers in this game. Could have been far more wrestlers for sure. And so your reasoning for buying this game to play the TNA superstars that you wouldn't get to play in a WWE title kind of loses its nostalgia after a while. Yeah, it's really fun to play as AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, and The Abyss at first. But after that wears off, the game loses any sort of replay value that it had. As far as the controls go for this game, the control scheme is the exact same control scheme as the Fire Pro Wrestling franchise that originated in Japan and of course migrated over here to the United States. That is a direct influence of Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, who were involved in the production of this game, because they are big fans of that franchise, and I happen to agree it's one of the best wrestling franchises that video game consoles has seen. But again, not enough to save this game. So bottom line for TNA Impact is that even if Midway hadn't failed or is about to fail, I honestly don't know which one it is, because the news continues to go back and forth. It's failing, it's not failing, I don't know. But even if Midway wasn't in trouble, there would never have been a TNA Impact 2, because it just didn't deliver on what it was supposed to deliver on. 5 out of 10 good idea, just really, really bad level of execution on this game. This is reality according to the Razman and Razman style. It's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.